what supplement should you take? This is a tricky question because I get into a situation where I gotta tell you I'm not a doctor. As the powerful Tim Ferriss loves to say, I'm not a doctor, I don't play one on the internet, I'm not giving you medical advice. That said, what supplement should you take? Blanket statement, there are some supplements that all human beings could benefit from. First and foremost, let's start with multivitamins because multivitamins are the most popular supplement by far, and they're the biggest problem by far. Multivitamins are the #1 issue with the sewage system, at least in the United States. Literally, people are excreting so many undigested multivitamins that they are clogging the sewage systems. It's a huge problem. Billions and billions and billions of pills are in the sewer that people paid money for, put in their mouth, swallowed, pooped out, and wasted in the sewer system. Wasted money down the drain. You don't walk into Walmart and say, I want this $3 multivitamin. Why would you do that? Why? It's insane. That's like drinking a $5 bottle of wine. Don't do that either. It's chemicals. It's straight up chemicals. There's almost no grapes in it. That's the thing, is you gotta be careful with quality of supplements. Only take supplements that were recommended to you from somebody that you really trust and you've done some research on. So if you really trust me, let's dive into some recommendations. There is one multivitamin that I take on a daily basis, covers all my bases. It is called Healthy Cell Pro. Healthy Cell Pro, amazing supplement. It was recommended to me by my functional medicine doctor, who's a brilliant man, one of the smartest dudes I've ever met in the nutrition world. So Healthy Cell Pro, I gotta warn you though, I pay $60 a month as a member of his functional medicine practice. The retail on Healthy Cell Pro is $89.99. Pricey product. You take it every day, 2 pills in the morning, 2 pills at night. It has everything you can think of, all your micronutrients, antioxidants, it has probiotics, it has prebiotics. So again, micronutrients, we talked about macronutrients. Those are measured in grams, fat, protein, carbohydrates, 10 grams of carbs, 10 grams of protein, whatever. All your micronutrients, all your vitamins and minerals, those are measured in units like micrograms, milligrams, IU. They're just small. Micronutrients, small nutrients. Macronutrients, large nutrients that are required in large doses for human survival. So Healthy Cell Pro, knock out all your micronutrients right there. Fantastic, absolutely amazing product. The other thing that I'll recommend that I wanted to talk about is I think everyone, especially in today's society, will benefit from vitamin D. Now, I always suggest that you mix vitamin D and K2, and luckily, one of my most trusted brands, which is Thorne Research, Thorne Research, they make a liquid vitamin D and K2 blend that's amazing. And it's about 1,000 IU for 2 drops, I think. It's relatively inexpensive and you get like 600 servings in one bottle. It's really crazy. Fantastic. Think about your life, right? We should get vitamin D from the sun. You should be, literally laying naked in the sun is the single best thing you can do for massive vitamin D uptake in your body. But most people go from house to car to work to car to Netflix, right? That's what people do, let's be honest. So they don't get hardly any vitamin D at all. If you're not getting full-blown sun exposure with no sunblock for 15 minutes a day, you're not getting enough vitamin D. So really, pretty much every human in today's society can benefit from vitamin D. Another one is omega-3s. We are very low on omega-3s. Almost everyone is deficient in them. I recommend a really good omega-3. I use a company called Nordic Naturals. Nordic Naturals, fantastic. One of the best products I've ever used. They have one called Pro Omega 2000. Again, it's expensive. I think it's like $72 a month or something like that. It's pricey. And I suggest at least 2 to 4 grams a day. So one omega-3 capsule might be 750 milligrams, 1,000 milligrams, whatever. I want you to take 2 to 4 grams. That's 2,000 to 4,000 milligrams a day. You really want to load up omega-3s. They're healthy fatty acids. They're great for cognitive function. They're great for anti-inflammation. They're great for staving off neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, dementia. They're fantastic products. Omega-3s are super, super important. Let's get into supplements for burning fat. So a quick crash course on this. If you have excess glucose in your system, you can't burn fat. Glucose is faster for the body to burn, so it will choose it over fat. It's easier to burn carbohydrates, but it's a dirty burning fuel. It's like using like normal unleaded gas versus super unleaded. It's a cheaper fuel source, and the reaction that it causes is releasing chemicals in your body that are more harmful than when you're burning fat for fuel. Fat is a cleaner burning fuel. But as long as you have glucose, aka carbohydrates, all carbohydrates become glucose at some point, as long as you have excess glucose in your system, you can't burn fat for fuel. So there is no supplement that's going to burn fat for you. It's literally impossible if your diet is not correct. So you have to get the nutrition right. That said, there's something called the Krebs cycle. The Krebs cycle is the bird's eye 30,000 view of how your body creates energy. The ultimate goal is to take foodstuffs and turn them into energy. So the Krebs cycle is a description of how the body burns carbohydrates, how the body burns fat, how the body burns anything that it can burn to turn into fuel. And it walks you through that system. So fat first has to be converted into acetyl-CoA. So fat in the Krebs cycle turns into acetyl-CoA. From there, it's converted into ketones, enters the citric acid cycle, and is burned as fuel. All right. So there's a couple steps involved in burning fat. Now that number one process of burning fat, of turning fat into acetyl-CoA requires two things, L-carnitine and magnesium. So if you are deficient in carnitine or magnesium, you're gonna have a really hard time burning fat. So let's say you get the nutrition correct. You're doing a 60-30-10 macronutrient ratio, like we talked about. You're staying under 50 grams of net carbs. You did everything Justin told you to do, and you're burning fat. You're like, man, I dropped 8 pounds, I dropped 10 pounds, I dropped 16 pounds, right? And you have just that last little bit. Maybe you got 5 pounds left or something, and you're like, I just wanna see my abs, I wanna see my abs. Go ahead, take a capsule or two of L-carnitine and magnesium with every meal. It will help you burn fat. If you have the nutrition right, it will help you burn fat more efficiently. So L-carnitine, magnesium, those are great ones. The other thing I will recommend is this really awesome product called the Perfect Paleo Powder. There's 4 of them, and there's 4 of them for a reason. If you go looking through the back panel, you'll see that it's essentially a multivitamin, probiotic, antioxidant, all in one formula mixed with beef collagen protein. It's almost everything you need for an entire day. Picture a green superfood combined with a protein powder blend. It's the reason why I made them. I got tired of searching for high quality supplements, so I just friggin' made one. And then I made 4. Now there's 4 of them. So check out the Perfect Paleo Powder. I'll put links to it in the show notes and everything, and you guys can take a look and see what works best for you. Yeah, so supplements for burning fat, choose the fat loss formula. Fat loss formula was designed to replace breakfast. Digest and Rest was also designed to replace breakfast, but the ingredients are somewhat different because they're achieving different things. Digest and Rest is to help you heal your gut. Fat loss is to help you burn fat. So I have you replace breakfast with them. Why? People ask me why I did that. Because when people wake up in the morning, the first thing they do is eat a healthy breakfast. Now, a healthy breakfast, according to American Standards Food Pyramid, is bagels, whole wheat toast, oatmeal with fruit in it, yogurt with fruit in it, aka sugar. We wake up, load our systems with sugar. Now, when you're sleeping, you're fasted. You're fasting while you sleep. You're not eating, you're not drinking, you're asleep, right? So you wake up after 8 hours, you got a good little fast going. You probably have some ketone bodies forming in your blood. You're probably in fat burning mode. The second you introduce carbohydrates to your system, you stop fat burning mode, especially simple, high glycemic carbohydrates like sugar, like fruit. Now, the amount of hate I get for telling you to stop eating fruit, I don't care. You are all wrong. If you think fruit is a health food, you're wrong. You're wrong. Call my cell phone, come to Nashville, we'll talk about it. I will prove to you exactly why fruit is not a health food, should never have been pegged as a health food, and you should stop eating it, right? Especially in the morning. You're gonna knock yourself right out of fat burning mode. So you can't burn fat for the rest of the day. You just load your body with excess glucose. Now, the Perfect Paleo Powder, the carbohydrates in the Perfect Paleo Powder are what's called complex carbohydrates. It's also loaded with dietary fiber, prebiotic dietary fiber, which feeds your healthy gut bacteria. So the fat loss formula and the digest rest formula, if you replace breakfast with that, I like to blend it with black coffee. It's delicious with black coffee, right? So if you have just black coffee, blend your paleo powder, or just drink it with water, that replaces your breakfast, not gonna kick you out of fat burning mode. It's 120 calories. You're essentially still in a fasted state. You're in what's called a semi-fasted state, where you're getting 80 to 90% of the benefits of a full fasted state, but you don't feel starving. You're not dealing with headaches and stuff like that from being starving. So that's why I designed fat loss to help you lose fat by keeping you in fat burning mode as long as possible. So replace breakfast with the fat loss formula of the Perfect Paleo Powder, and then just eat when you're hungry again. And like I said, the macronutrients are correct in these meals and these formulas that I designed, so you're not hungry for hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, some people 4 hours. Then you just eat lunchtime and make healthy choices at lunch. Now it's essentially like you fasted 16 hours instead of 8 hours, right? So when it comes to supplements, Perfect Paleo Powder, think about a multivitamin. Pure Encapsulations has another multivitamin I'll put a link to because I think it's a little cheaper than Healthy Cell Pro. Thorne Vitamin D and K2, Nordic Naturals Omega-3. If you want to do a little boost to fat burning, you got a couple pounds left to go and you have your nutrition right. Remember, your nutrition has to be right. Think about L-carnitine and magnesium. Quick tip about magnesium, there's a lot of different kinds. Glycinate, citrate, there's a bunch of different magnesiums. Get magnesium glycinate. Why? Because magnesium citrate will make you shit in your pants, and you don't want to do that. So get magnesium glycinate. I'll put links to all this stuff in the show notes, so don't worry about it.